Greetings and welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back. Today is the 11th of April 2025 and I would like to make just a special video today as I'm celebrating 1,500 subscribers on YouTube, and I wanted to express my gratitude and appreciation for each and every one who subscribed to the channel and for the amazing community that makes up the Big Blue Motorbike Dog community. I appreciate that everyone has supported me over the years and that I've seen the channel grow. I am a very niche channel, focusing primarily on a single make and model of motorcycle that it's just wonderfully charming in my opinion. I do some other videos on safety and other motorcycles that I own, but you know, let's be fair, I'm pretty much a Kawasaki W series channel. And because of that, it's a limited audience. I don't think that Kawasaki did the Kawasaki W650 and the Kawasaki W800 justice in marketing and advertising in the United States or Canada, and maybe moderately better in Europe and Australia. However, in many places in Europe, the W800 has been discontinued. The W800 holds a special place in my heart because it remains the truest modern retro, recreating the experience, the aesthetics, and the technology of the bikes of yesteryear, meaning an air-cooled parallel twin, meaning a 360-degree crank, that creates about the same horsepower as the motorcycles did back in the 60s and early 70s, which is around 50 horsepower. The horsepowers differ a little bit depending on how it's calculated and where the motorcycles were marketed, from 47 horsepower all the way up to 51. Some of those on the dyno go as high as 52. There are modifications that you can make to the W series in order to up the horsepower a little bit, either by playing with the ECU mapping of the motorcycle or, you know, changing out the camshaft in order to give it a bit more of an aggressive profile. However, the way I see the Kawasaki W800 specifically, as that's the one I own, is that it's a very polite, very easy to ride motorcycle. I compare it often to a trail horse that knows exactly where it's going, how to get there. It's an easy ride. It can run if you want it to. It can trot if you want it to. It doesn't compete with a racehorse. It just doesn't. It doesn't compete with a sure-footed mule like an adventure bike. It's a trail horse, and that's exactly how I see the highway system, the two-lane highway system of the Northern American continent and the United States specifically. Those are our equals of trails. I used to, when I lived in Colorado, ride US 36, which was a long route way into the mountains, the Rocky Mountains of Colorado, and way out into the high desert plains of eastern Colorado. There's many two-lane highways here in the great, mighty, tiny state of Vermont. Route 100 is a very popular one. US Route 5 is another really popular one going north and south. But there's just so many amazing roads here. Route 16, Route 14. There's just 302. There's just a lot of them that are absolutely amazing to ride out here. 5A is one of my favorites. It's a very short route, but it passes what I think is one of the most beautiful lakes in North America, but definitely the most beautiful lake here in the Northeast Kingdom, and that is Lake Willoughby. I don't know what happened to my brain just there. It just froze. But Lake Willoughby is absolutely a gorgeous lake. It looks similar, reminiscent reminder of a fjord, especially on the southern end. On the northern end, it is apparent that it carves between two mountains. It's a glacial lake, and it's one of the deeper lakes. I think it's the deepest lake fully inside of Vermont, with other lakes that border New York, for example, that are deeper but not fully inside of the state of Vermont. And so that's Lake Champlain, by the way, where we've got our own lake monster, Champy. But that is shared with New York. It's not fully inside the great little mighty state of Vermont. I did want to cover really quick, on a side note here, that the New England Kawasaki W Series Rally is being moved this year. It's usually held in Newport, Vermont, and because of some of the border issues that we have with our neighbor to the north, many of our friends and attendees of the rally have reservations about making it to the States this year, and so it's going to be changed to the northern side of Lake Memphremagog, to Magog, Canada, in Quebec. Magog is a wonderful town. It's got lots of restaurants. It's got amazing little city there with lots of shops, and the crowds tend to be younger in Magog. Almost feels like a college town, whereas Newport, Vermont feels more like a proper New England town. Vermont's got an older population than many of the other states around it, and Magog's definitely got a much younger average population than the Northeast Kingdom of Vermont. So it will be held there this year, same dates. However, it's about, depending on how you get there, 30 to 60 minutes ride, depending on how scenic you'd like to get. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody again this year. The Kawasaki W Series Rally is my favorite rally ever. And it's not just because I was one of the founders for it, it's because seeing so many W's at the same time is absolutely fantastic. And I don't mean like hundreds, I mean just, it was less than a dozen last year. We're hoping to grow it as the years go on. But the bikes are so rare in the United States that it's odd to find somebody else riding a W800 or W650. And so I'm just super glad to be part of that crew. Again, I'd like to say thank you for each and every one of you for being part of the Big Blue Motorbike Dog community and subscribing to the channel. I hope we've got many years of further success to come. Keep the shiny side up, the rubber side down, and keep it wheel.